when you have some of these innovators from the 80s, say, like Bill Walsh, who you wrote a lot about, deservedly. I mean, he's doing something that's so different that defenses are completely lost at a lot of times. Is there a version of that today when everybody kind of knows what everybody else can do? Or is it, we're going to do all these things, we have all these options, and we're going to just make it so you can't guess what's coming next? I just wonder if, is McVay or Shanahan the guy who is Bill Walshing at the moment, or will we never really see that again because of the access to tape, data, everything else that these guys have?
That's going to be tough. Walsh came up with the West Coast offense in an era where the Steelers were able to draft John Stallworth because they stole his one game tape. Now I can go up on my laptop. If Stallworth was coming out this year, I'd be able to watch every one of his games and go, sort it by 20-yard plays and this and that. It's an interesting question. I think Kyle Shanahan is the best offensive play designer in the NFL right now. But the thing about Walsh, and this was another Genius of Desperation thing, the Bengals drafted Greg Cook in the first round of I think it was a 69 AFL draft. And in his second season, Jim Lynch hit him in the shoulder and Greg Cook's career was over. Walsh would say after that Greg Cook was Steve Young, but better. And if you watch his highlights, Cook was an outstanding vertical passer. When he got hurt, they had to bring in a guy named Virgil Carter, who they got from the Bears, and he was kind of a Chad Pennington type. And it was because Walsh didn't have the quarterback he wanted, he had to figure out, okay, I'm going to implement these kinds of short passes, these ideas from Sid Gillman and these ideas from Al Davis. But he had to create a whole new language for offense based on the fact that he didn't have the quarterback he wanted. I think to do that today is just about impossible. As you said, the access to data and tape is so complete and comprehensive and illuminating. You might get 6 weeks of that or a year of that or a year and a half of that. Everyone is grinding all this tape and all these numbers. And, I have a PFF and an SIS subscription and I have all these different ways to look at tape. I don't work for a team. I'm a guy in my office at home. Think about what they have with XOS and all that. I could be wrong, but I don't think you're going to see that sort of decade or multi-decade dominance from one particular concept, because the ability to take that concept and counter it, you have so many more tools at your disposal, so everything is quicker.